Bum, 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 bum. Oh, Happy New Year, Happy New Year, Happy New Year. All right, let's wait a few minutes. Let's see what's on the radio. Hey guys, Happy New Year. KLBELVIN here. And just wanted to get on for first scope of the year. And kicking with compassion and kindness. Now, I know that is somewhat of an moronic statement. How could you kick somebody with compassion or with kindness? Well, the reason why I typed that statement is simple. I have a friend and coach from Italy, and we speak every 3 to 4 weeks, and we talk. And one of the things that he coined, so I have to give him credit, Brian Groves. And actually check out Brian Groves on Twitter and on Facebook and on Google+. If you need someone to talk to, if you need someone to talk to, fantastic counselor, fantastic coach, fantastic listener, and I'm going to explain you what the kicking with kindness and kicking with compassion is all about. So it is his term, and actually what it is, it's helping motivate someone, the kicking, but doing it with compassion and doing it out of love and respect for who the person is. Hey, Lady E, Happy New Year. And so when you kick somebody, you're trying to kick them, push them forward. You're trying to get their attention. Sometimes just outright let them know you're there. But when done with compassion and when done out of love, it is because you want the person to stay focused on what they say they're going to do. It's very important. Often, and especially around this time of the year, everybody's wide open. Everyone is setting goals. And I did a scope the other day on resolutions. They're really empty promises if you don't change the way that you're thinking. So the fact that I sit with a coach, he doesn't indoctrinate my brain with anything. He just is a sounding board. And as a reflective sounding board, hello, he doesn't just give in to what I might be thinking and what I'm saying. He's actually listening to what I'm saying, and then he's offering counterpoint. And those counterpoints is basically in a way to get me to where I'm trying to go. And the good thing about it is when he does kick, hey, how we doing, buddy? When he does kick, and my name is KLBELVIN here in New York City. Thank you for joining. It has been a powerful tool in terms of him just getting me focused. Because like I'll say something, I want to rent the office, and he'll say to me, rent? Why not own? And I go, you know what? You're right. And sometimes we'll talk ourselves into mediocrity. We will talk ourselves into accepting the minimal instead of actually dreaming and going after the very large reality that's out there for us. And one of the things that he gave me the other day, we were talking, he mentioned there's billions of people. So if a third, 2/3, 3/3, no, it can't be 3/3, that's everybody. If 2/3 are not digging what you're saying, there's still a third of the billion people out there who will or could possibly will. So you still have reason to push yourself. And I think we all have to have someone in our corner, someone that we talk to on a regular basis, who is going to kick us with kindness, kick us with compassion, and keep us going when we are not doing it for ourselves. Now, it still comes down to you doing what you have to do for you. No one can do that for you. As an educator, I say it to my students all the time. I can't make you do anything. I can only suggest. You could literally stand here and refuse to do anything. But then what are you going to gain? And so I'm going to ask you the same thing when you're watching this. No matter who you have pushing you, kicking you, kindness, compassion, whatever, how is it going to work? Thank you for the heart. It's not going to work if you're not going to do anything. And in this new year, 2016, your focus has to be on your goals, but your goals have to be your motivation. And what I mean by that is you have to envision, what is that going to look like when you're done? What is it going to look like when you've gotten it? What is it going to look like when you have achieved what you needed to achieve? Now you have to get out and do. You will hear tons of motivational stuff given out over these next couple weeks here on Periscope, on television, on infomercials, everything. No matter, and I'm at the doctor's office because I had an ear infection. And as Brian says, so what, you're sick? And he's right. So what, I'm sick. Everybody has something they're dealing with. So I don't use that as an excuse or a crutch. I'm sitting here at the doctor's office and I was looking at the television and I see that Sean T, the gentleman that created Hip Hop Abs, has a new dance video. And I realized that, he's on his grind, he's creating, he's doing the things he needs to do. But at the end of the day, for any of these hip hop videos, fitness videos, Pilates videos, yoga videos, for any of that to work, it still comes down to you doing. Now, to bring it back home to me as the author, one of the things that I do when I sit with fellow authors, and I love to network with fellow authors, I love to share with fellow authors, but I am a person who kicks with compassion, who kicks with kindness. Like when you come to me and say, oh, I have this great idea, the first thing I'll say is, did you start writing? Did you complete your writing? And if you didn't, then what are we talking about? Because we can do all this planning and we can talk about how all these books you're going to write is going to cause the readers to just lose their minds. But if it doesn't actually get written, then what is the case? Hello. Thank you for the hearts. Hello. And the idea is you really have to just get it done. And sometimes things can be as simple as that, and they are. You have to get started, get it done, get on track, get on whatever. And then what you're going to realize is that along the way, you can get assistance for the hurdles that come up. But none of that matters if you don't actually get off your behind and get some things done. Hence, that's why many of us need that compassionate kick, that kindness kick. We need someone to put a foot to us a little bit and say, hey, come on, let's go. Now, some would say call it a taskmaster. Some will say an accountability person. They all take different forms and they all have different names, but it's still the same thing. A person who you're going to listen to, that's going to shove you forward, but in a positive way, not shove you trying to assault you, not shove you trying to hurt you, but to get you moving, to get you doing what you have to do. And that's what's necessary. Now, no music today. Normally I play some music when I'm scoping. No music today, I'm sorry. I found that when you put music on in your scopes and then you go to upload it to YouTube, you may run into copyright infringement. So I've removed music from my scopes unless I figured out which ones won't cause a copyright issue. But I'm serious, guys. This is KLBELVIN, and I am the author of 3 books. My latest book is called Lukewarm Saint, which is inspirational fiction. And I can speak from experience. Writing 3 books was not easy. Writing my last book was not easy. And I needed some people in my life who were going to help move me forward, to push me forward, to kick me with compassion to get it done. Because at times you fall to the wayside. At times you just, you slow down. And the goal, I kept the goal in mind, but I needed some people that would say, hey, what's going on with the book? Hello. How we doing, guys? I needed some people to say, how long? What's going on? I'm waiting on this book. I've been waiting on it. And that serves as a form of motivation to get it done. But at the end of the day, I still had to get it done, do it. And it's funny that, you see the Nike term and whoever came up with it, I guess, is making millions of dollars. But when Nike came up with the term, just do it, brutally fantastic. Because in essence, that's what it comes down to, everything. You want to sell 1,000 books? Just do it. Now, how? That's the planning part. But you have to figure out what it is that you want to do. And so the idea is you really have to just go after it and have those people around you who are going to be your support, and not the yes people who are going to say, oh, it's going to be okay. No, people that are going to tell you what's going on. You said you were going to do this. What's up? And you need those people in your corner. So I want to wish everyone a happy new year. My name is KLBELVIN. You can find me on all social media sites, but my website, BRAVIN Publishing, which is BRAVIN, publishing.com. I'm on Facebook, KLBELVIN. I'm on Google+. I am on Twitter. Just search for KLBELVIN. You will find me. I am an educator. I am an author, and I am a literary service provider, which means I provide the services for authors to take their books from one place to completion, so they can take it from their computer to the finished product. We actually supply those services. Also, on Twitter, check out my friend and counselor, Brian Groves. Fantastic guy. You can set up counseling sessions with him at a price that'll work out. Very affordable. Yes, you go on YouTube, look up KLBELVIN. Like I said, everything is connected to my name. I try to keep everything, and all my scopes and other videos that I've done are there. So just go to YouTube and just type in KLBELVIN. You'll see all the other scopes and other videos that I've done. But definitely check out Brian Groves. He's on Google+. He's on Twitter. And one of the good things is, with him being in Italy and wherever you are in the world, you can set up a Skype session. You'll sit down, you'll talk for a little while. And the good thing about having a counselor like Brian is that he's not in a session just probing the probe. No, he's having a conversation with you. And the conversation, from what he hears from you, he'll just ask you questions and offer suggestions based on what he has heard. And then if you're trying to do things personally, you're trying to do things business-wise, you're going to find that having someone like Brian, who is apart from you, who's not part of your regular circle, but who's compassionate about what he does, it actually will help to move you towards what you're doing. But in the end, it's still about what you're doing. We've been in conversation with each other since May, and I can honestly say it's been a tremendous assistance to me, because he has helped me to rethink and re-see myself by just having me look at me, not having me look at him, having me look at me and having me listen to what I was saying. So he always jokes about, I'm going to kick you compassionately. And you know what? There's nothing wrong with that. I think parents, we do it to our children. Coaches, we do it to the members on our team. Teachers, I know we do it for our students. We're not going to do it for them. We're not going to give them the answers. We have to push them along with compassion when we offer the knowledge that we're attempting to give them, with the idea that we want them to learn. Now, of course, they would like us to do it for them. Can't do it. And as parents, yes, our children would sometimes like to take the easy way. But as parents, we know for them to be able to take care of themselves, we have to push them to a position where they can have to think and do for themselves. And this goes across any platform. So I, again, hope this helps. Again, this is KLBELVIN. If you want, you can definitely check out my new book, Lukewarm Saint. It is an inspirational fictional book that deals with the choices that the young man in the book has to make, but it actually deals with us and the choices that we make based on what we want compared to what we know is right and wrong. And why do we make those decisions? Well, that is the conversation that I hope comes about once you finish reading. My second book was called From Gigolo to Jesus, which is simply my testimony from being the misogynistic man that I used to be to being a loving husband and man of God now. And my first book was poetry. I decided to show the world my poetic side. So yes, I'm a 3-time author. I own a small literary service company. We have worked on 25 books in the last 5 years. I am also a part of 6 anthologies, with the latest anthology, The Soul of a Man Part 2. 17 authors came together to give you an insight to how men of color actually think, and it's actually a book for everyone. And I believe that is going to be an outstanding read, and is an outstanding read. And most of us were in the first book, Soul of a Man Part 1, which won an award in 2009, Anthology of the Year. And so we've returned to do it again in the Soul of a Man Part 2. Makes me want to holler. And all these books are available on my website, www.bravinpublishing.com. That's BRAVIN publishing.com. And hit me up. And the real question is, why haven't you read a KL Belvin book yet? And why hasn't KL Belvin come and spoke at your church, organization, school, or whatever? You need to ask yourself that question and then hit me up so we can discuss it, because I would like to do that. And I plan on doing that as soon as I hear